With the Munich Security Summit wrapping up Sunday, US Vice President Mike Pence and his family travelled the few kilometres out of the city to the site of the former Nazi concentration camp at Dachau. Nearly 32,000 deaths were recorded here, the vast majority Jews. US troops liberated the camp on April 29, 1945. In total, 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. 72 years later, Jewish communities across the continent say anti-Semitism is on the rise again. A session was convened Sunday on the sidelines of the Munich summit to debate how Europe's Jewish communities can be protected. It was attended by former Israeli Foreign Minister Tzipi Livni. Chief Rabbi Pinchas Goldschmidt, president of the Conference of European Rabbis, told VOA security is the #1 concern for Jews across the continent.
Terrorism, which we have seen in Toulouse, in Paris, in Copenhagen, in Brussels, which has impacted the Jewish community, has also created an exodus from some countries.
4% of the Jewish population in Belgium and France had left for Israel between 2010 and 2015, according to a recent study by the London-based Institute of Jewish Policy Research. Both countries have seen Jewish communities targeted. In 2014, an Islamic State-inspired attack on the Jewish Museum in Brussels killed 4 people. In 2015, gunmen attacked a kosher supermarket in Paris, the same day as the assault on the offices of magazine Charlie Hebdo. Terrorism expert Peter Neumann told the conference specific protection is needed.
Jewish communities are always in the front line, if you want, and that's why it's important that governments intensify their efforts to protect them. It's also important for Europe in a grander sense, because when Jews get attacked in Europe, it is not only Jews as individuals or as a community. In a sense, it is actually the very fabric of our society.
It's not only terrorism that's driving fear. The rise of the populist far right, especially National Front leader Marine Le Pen in France, has raised concerns that religious practices like circumcision or kosher food could be outlawed.
France is going to be a different country. Europe is going to be a different continent if Marine Le Pen becomes the president of France. There is a correlation, a strengthening of the extreme right in Europe as a byproduct of the changing administration in the United States, which is of concern.
Jewish representatives at the Munich conference called for European governments to dedicate extra policing and intelligence efforts to keep their communities safe. Ridgwell for VOA News, Munich, Germany.